All right, so we got the IS300 back here. It's got to have a wheel bearing in it before we can take it drifting. I got to figure that out. I forgot my camera and my backpack and stuff, so all I got is my phone. We got to that Civic. We've got to figure out the neutral safety switch. The top one's bad. The silver automatic, may do something with it. I may sell it. I just spent all morning. It's like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock almost. But I've spent all morning figuring out parts for the S13. So we're going all in on that thing. So we just spent a bunch of money there. So we'll be getting some new parts for that thing soon. And I'm gonna try to finish the 14 up and start trying to get some of these small things fixed and get them out of the way to get ready for a big job on that S13. Cause that's gonna be a big undertaking. So we may not be able to finish it, but we'll be able to get quite a bit done to that car. So I'm gonna tinker around the shop, try to get a game plan on fixing the wheel bearing, starting on the Civic, maybe trying to finish that up and looking at the temperature sensor and whatever else the automatic car needs. And we'll try to get some of this stuff knocked out. And I've got parts coming for the S14 to finish it up, at least what I can until the injectors get ordered, and the boots for the turbo, the intercooler popping. So yeah, so all right, here we go. All right, so I'm at the shop. We're gonna work on the IS300. My son was complaining about the car had a little bit of a shake in the front. So I jacked it up. I'll take that out. But I do have the lug nuts a little loose. They're not loose enough for the wheel to move. But like, if you can see, let me get down here. That's the whole that's not the lug nuts. I mean, they're tight enough to where it's not gonna move. That's all wheel bearing. So that's what we gotta fix. All right, so we got the brake caliper, the rotor, and with the wheel on it, it's a lot more dramatic. You'll get a lot more range of motion, but imagine, with the wheel on, driving down the road and that thing doing all that crazy stuff. So that's what's going on. We have to get this thing off, get a new one on it. Hopefully the spindle itself is good. And we'll have to take it apart, disassemble it all, get it took out. The rotors are pretty bad shape, so that was contributing to some braking issues, some brake fade from the, so the pads actually are still pretty thick, but you can see how they're crystallized where they've been so hot. They're actually pretty smooth. Just they weren't working correctly like they should. So he had a lot of brake fade in this, and now with all the movement, we'll go ahead and redo this side. The other side, the wheel bearing's still good, but we'll probably go ahead and put new pads on both sides and try to turn both rotors. So that way it'll be a little better at the track. All right, here we go. All right, so we're about to call it a day. Got some stuff moved around. My son just left. He come by after work. We got his Civic done. He'll come get it tomorrow after work, or I'll take it home maybe on the rollback. I got to haul off. I'm going to haul off an old Civic. I got to load it up still. But yeah, still waiting on parts. We're kind of hung on that for now on the 240. The chase base stuff, I should have some stuff come in today for the power steering maybe, and we'll try to get that stuff on. And yeah, we gotta get on these cars. All right, here we go. All right, so it's a different day. I'm still sick. I'm gonna go tomorrow and have chest x-rays and do some other stuff. I still can't breathe. But I couldn't find I took the spindle to the machine shop. I took most of it apart. I couldn't get the center piece out of the race or whatever inside. And so I took it to the machine shop, and the spindle, the actual piece that holds the lug nuts that goes inside, the inside of it was wore out pretty bad. I guess where it had been, laying down, it had been eating the inside of that spindle up. So the spindle was bad. And my machinist is like, yeah, that thing's gone. You're gonna have to get another one. So I called AutoZone, any of the parts places, they don't have that. The dealership had it, but it was like $300 and something. So what I'm doing right now is I robbed the spindle off of the automatic IS300, the silver one. This one's pretty good, so you can see, which it's not bolted in, but there's no movement in that one. I still have to put the bolts in the bottom, but I just robbed the automatic one. We're gonna run it. So I'm gonna bolt that in. I do have to take the rotors and get them turned. That's the one that come off the automatic. That's the one that come off of the drift car. So I'm gonna take both of those and have them turned. And that way when I do the other side, I already have another rotor. And so when I pull that off, I can use the rotor for the automatic car. I don't know what the deal is with the lugs. It's got all the holes in it. I guess it's a unilug one. But so I'm gonna take them both and have them turned. I need to measure sizes because it's different for sure. I may not take that. Anyway, get the rotor turned, at least that one, and get it situated. Get new brake pads, put those on, and I guess go ahead and do the other brake job on the other side. Get that rotor turned and put new pads on it. So that's where I'm at with it. Trying to get this one done. And when I get done, I have to figure out something about the 240. I may leave it on the lift, but I know I'm gonna pull the IS300 out, pull the S13 out, put it outside. So I mean, we're working on the inside of the cab of the car, so it can sit outside for now. And then once we get where we're happy and we're ready to paint it, we'll pull it back in. But I can go ahead and put that IS300 on the lift and start getting ready to work on it and do the turbo stuff. But I'm gonna put this one on the lift before I do, and drain the transmission fluid and all that, because we are getting a grind in third gear. Most of the time when we drift, we don't see third gear. So in daily driving it, he's starting to get a grind in third gear. I don't know how that's gonna unfold for the car. If we're gonna end up having more problems at it, hopefully it's just a synchro and it stays in third gear. And but I do want to drain the fluids, make sure, top it off, make sure it's good, just in case. Maybe it may have ran dry, we may have a leak in it. We'll check that, do an oil change in this thing, and get ready for mid-pond on the 29th. So that's what we're working on. All right, here we go. Let's finish putting this thing together though. All right, here we go. All right, so I went ahead, I've got all that bolted in. Everything's good and tight. I went ahead and decided to order a brand new set of rotors and some new brake pads. That way it's all new stuff, because that's the second or third time we've turned these rotors. So in my mind, they're getting thinner and we're gonna be drifting on them. They're gonna get hot quicker. They're gonna maybe try to warp faster because they're way thinner. I may be wrong, but at least we'll have new brakes and rotors. And yeah, so we'll try that, and maybe that'll help for a while. We won't have so much brake fade. We probably need some drilled and slotted rotors, but for this car, we're not spending a ton of money on it. And I've been disassembling these transmissions. So these are all automatic transmissions that come in GS300s and IS300s, SC300s. They're like that one. Let's see, I think it's this one is the bigger transmission. Might be that one. There's a 3F570, 3F302, and a 3F500. Well, either way, took those off. What I got is J2 bell housings, and that was on, I think maybe that one. I think that might have been rebuilt at one time. But the J2 bell housings you have to have, and cut them, or not cut those, but you cut the bell housing off on the CD trans, and then you put one of these jewels on it with an adapter, and that's how you get those to a 2JZ. You have to have these to put them to a 2J. So those run about 150 to 200 bucks on eBay. And so I've just been collecting those. They're probably worth more than the transmissions sell for anymore. So, all right. Well, that's what I'm working on. So, all right, here we go. All right, guys, we're going to call it a night. Shannon stopped by, talked to me for a little while. But yeah, with the transmissions, I pulled all the bell housings off of those. So I'll just scrap those transmissions and keep the bell housings put up. I need one of them because we have a CD transmission. We're going to need that J2 bell housing. And I think when I bought the silver IS300, it was R154 in it. And I think it came with because it came with an actual W55 transmission. And I think it came with an extra bell housing. And I think that bell housing is a 7MGE or 7MG to R154 bell housing. Those are a couple of $100, and I think it was in this stuff. So I didn't even know that I had that. I was digging through. I have another J2 bell housing. I found out I've got 4 of those now. And then I have that 7MG to R154 bell housing. And so I may just put that thing up for sale, or if anybody needs that thing, just let me know. Message me. I've got it. I don't need it. I'll do some trading on something. I'm sure somebody's got something I need. As far as the silver IS300, I'm going to hold up on that car. We're going to shuffle some stuff around and get a little more cleaned up in the shop and a little more organized. I'm going to pull the heads off of the older VVTi motor that I blew up, see if that head's good, and then we're going to look at the non-VVTi bottom end and may do a non-VVTi bottom end and VVTi head if that bottom end's good. That's the last bottom end I've got. So that's going to take a minute to figure all that stuff out. The 240, the S14, I do have some more parts in for that. I've just got to finish my son's car and get it out of the way. And I'll bring the rollback tomorrow. I'm going to go to the doctor again tomorrow, so I don't know what all I'll get done. But if I get up there and get back and I don't have to do a whole lot, I'm going to try to finish my son's car at least and get it out of the way. And if I bring the rollback, I'll shuffle some of these cars around, and I will probably end up with a 240 outside. That's 13. And maybe with the 14, be able to work on something there at some point. But I do have some new stuff for that thing. At some point, we'll do another what's in the box. I do have some stuff starting to pile up. I can show you some new parts. We got more things coming. Spent quite a bit of money, and give you our version of what we think about the certain items that come in. We hadn't done one of those in a while. I've been buying parts and just using them as they come in. So, and we actually have got our website up now. We're adding little things on it a little at a time. We don't have any shirts right now. We've sold out of those things, but we do have some cups, like some one-off cups with our logos and stuff on that. You can find that stuff at our website, www.chesserenterprises.com. If you want to check into that and see if we got any of that stuff that you're interested in. We've got other stickers. I don't know if I have the stickers listed. We have some bracelets and that kind of thing. And we have several more cups we don't have listed yet, but we've got a pile of those cups. People will like those, and we've been selling those locally, quite a bit. And yeah, so we'll try to get that stuff on there. And we do build cups to order too. So if you like one of our logos and you want a different color than what we have, email me, message me, whatever. Chesserenterprises@yahoo.com if you want to email me, or Chesser Drifting, Chesser Enterprises, any of that stuff on Facebook or Instagram. So yeah, I've got to go to the doctor. This is continuous. I can't stop. So yeah, just give us a shout. Check out our website. Don't be too rough on us because we only have a few things. I'm trying to deal with rentals, being sick, working on all these cars. It's just me doing this stuff. Yeah, I'm doing the best I can, guys. All right. Thanks for watching our videos. Like, subscribe, share. Thanks for watching. All right, here we go.
I'm feeling high.